I don't like Pee-wee's Dreams.
No, they're very scary. Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And this marks the beginning of TIMBURTOBER. Welcome.
TIMBURTOBER.
This month we'll be watching the movies of Tim Burton and discussing them. Just like we've done in past years, this is going to be a whole themed month.
Yes. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be talking about the first feature film that Tim Burton ever directed. It is perhaps his least scary, but we are the furthest from Halloween at present.
Well, is it his least scary? I don't know. Not sure.
Good point. No, you know what? I don't know. Well, let me ask you a very important question.
Yeah, of course.
What's your history with Tim Burton?
My history with Tim Burton? I would still say I overall love Tim Burton.
Okay.
I would overall say I love it. For most of my life, I was like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy.
Yes.
Great. Anything he comes out with, I'm going to be on top of that.
He was our representative.
Yeah.
He was our emissary.
Yes. He was our like gothy, scary representative in Hollywood for a very long time. And then I think that my like instant watching with him waned. I'm guessing that the first one was Willy Wonka.
Oh, really? It took you... that's pretty good, then.
I think, right?
I kind of think. You know what? Why don't I pull up his filmography?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I haven't seen everything. Now, while I'm saying this, that I can't say that I'm like such a huge super fan or whatever. I wasn't necessarily an obsessive, but like, you know, he's made a ton of really great, creepy movies.
Really
and I'd be like,
great,
hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And then I remember... I think that was the first abrupt stops for me in the movie theater.
Okay, that's interesting. So, well, I can even do this to set up the menu a little bit. So today we're talking about Pee-wee's Big Adventure. That was his first. Next week will be Beetlejuice. Then we're going to do Batman. We're going to skip Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah.
If I could briefly get a one word from you on Edward Scissorhands.
Sad.
Yes, that's my same one word. We're going to skip Batman Returns. We're going to skip Nightmare Before Christmas, which is actually a Henry Selick movie.
Yes.
Everyone thinks he directed it.
Yeah.
Tim Burton, I mean. We're going to skip Ed Wood. We're going to do Mars Attacks.
Excuse me.
And then our final episode of TIMBURTOBER, the final Friday of October, is Halloween.
Right.
So very appropriately, we're going to be covering Sleepy Hollow at the end of TIMBURTOBER.
Fabulous timing.
I cannot wait to talk about. Now, here is where, because for me, I mean, largely the same as what you were just saying about Tim Burton. Like, I felt like, wow, this is the way that I want like everything to look.
Yeah, this guy's got it.
He's got it. All the black and white stripes of it all. Just like kind of like moody, shadowy, but weird and
so
fun.
Cool and creative.
Yeah, like a lot of fun.
Yeah, a feast for the eyes.
Yes. Right after Sleepy Hollow, he did Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen that.
And Planet of the Apes, I think that's where my split was. I just couldn't follow him to rebooting something that just didn't seem, I don't know, it didn't feel anything like his previous work at all. I didn't see any connective thread whatsoever. And then right after that, he did Big Fish.
Yeah. Ooh, sad.
Which I do love, but will never see again
appreciate
for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it though. Like very like I have warm feelings toward it, but a lot of pain around it.
No way.
And then Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was next. Corpse Bride. He got me back.
I've actually never seen Corpse Bride.
I fell asleep.
Ah, okay.
In the theater for Corpse Bride.
Yeah.
The first song of that movie is like, it's a very, very, very good day. Yes, a very, 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 very. And then I woke up and the credits were rolling. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what I missed. He got me back for Sweeney Todd.
Oh, yeah.
He lost me again for Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, yeah.
I stayed away for Dark Shadows. Stayed away for Frank and Weenie. I don't know what Big Eyes is.
I do. I never saw it.
Didn't see Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Won't see Dumbo.
No.
Won't be seeing that.
Nah.
And I have not seen Beetlejuice.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
I did.
No. Not for a particular reason. Now, I guess laid out that way, it makes it sound as if... Now I'm like, well, the stuff that I like of Tim Burton is very front-loaded, I guess. But I really like it.
Yeah, same.
But
I feel like those things are undeniable.
And now there's Wednesday, of course.
Yeah.
Which now has season 2 on Netflix, and people seem to still be enjoying.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I didn't like season 2 as much as I liked season 1, which I've seen. It seems like a lot of people feel that way, but I still like it.
Yeah. It feels like he's come back around to where he was at the beginning now and sort of embracing his early aesthetic of
in some ways, yeah.
creepiness and and I'm into it.
Yeah, totally.
So that's our feelings on Tim Burton in general. And I think that Tim Burton is like, he was the first person, like the first big director, at least of our lives at that era, to just be doing scary stuff, but it's a good time.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
And so these early movies are very important. Or at least I just constantly watched them.
Oh yeah,
on a loop.
Yes,
so I'm pumped to revisit them and talk about them here
for sure.
We're gonna get into Pee-wee's Big Adventure then, but before we do that,
of course,
I think we need to enjoy,
treat ourselves.
Let's treat ourselves.
A couple little commercials right here. All right, and we're back. Now, what is your history with Pee-wee's Big Adventure in particular?
Yes, I'm glad you asked me that question.
Yeah.
I don't know where you came up with that. I have a love-hate with Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be sacrilege.
Okay.
I like Pee-wee.
Yeah.
I've always liked Pee-wee. There are question marks at the end.
Sure.
At the end of these statements. I mostly watched Pee-wee's Playhouse on TV, and that one tape we have.
Hell yeah, of the Christmas special.
Yes. And then, it's literally taped off TV from the 90s. And so you watch the Pee-wee's, Christmas special, and then you watch a commercial for Izod gloves. Isotoner.
Yes.
Very good. Yeah, Izod shirts would be the thing. Yeah, Isotoner gloves, and then that one commercial where that little redhead boy comes in for soup.
Yup.
You know what I'm talking about? Yes. He comes in as a snowman, and then he eats some Campbell's tomato soup, and it turns him back into a redhead boy.
I hate that commercial.
So do I.
He rises from the steam in a way I really hate.
It's disturbing.
And then there's also
is his hair red because of the tomato soup? Like if he had.
Whoa.
Right?
Great question.
See what I'm saying?
Great question. And then also there's a weirdly saccharine Honey Nut Cheerios commercial.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's a honey oven, oh. And it's the bee being like, Merry Christmas, Mr. Scrooge, or whatever. It's so weird.
So bizarre. But so we've watched that particular tape so many times that it looks, when people say we broke the tape.
Oh yeah.
It kind of looks like that. Like the tape got worn out.
I love that.
And I also watched a ton of and loved that Pee-wee HBO special.
I didn't ever really watch that.
Oh, really? I saw that so much. I don't even know where I was catching it.
Yeah.
Or what, but it was before this movie. I watched the things around this movie because the HBO stage show that he did, which is where all this started, is the Pee-wee Herman character.
Yeah.
It was him and Phil Hartman and a bunch of groundlings people, I guess. And he did this he would throw to clips from the 50s of you got to wash your hands. You don't want to be a Mr. Bungle.
Right.
Wash your hands. Mr. Bungle doesn't wash his hands.
Yep.
You wouldn't want to be Mr. Bungle, kids. It's weird 50s PSAs that he would throw to and be like, wow, I didn't know. He acts like this was important knowledge that he was learning and sharing with the audience.
Yeah.
I liked all that stuff, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure, something about it always felt menacing.
Yes, totally. No, I feel the same way. That's part of why I was I think we should be doing it for
Yes, I think it's appropriate.
TIMBURTOBER, because there's so much in it that I both liked as a kid, but was very freaked out by.
Yes.
In this movie in particular, not Pee-wee's entire lifespan, but in this movie.
Yeah.
It feels weird.
It's freaky.
Yeah.
It's it's kind of I don't know.
Yeah, no.
It's a little sick and and aggressive and surreal, but in a violent way.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something very dark about Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So
something's off.
So I never felt comfortable with the movie. There were bits and pieces that I liked.
Yes. Yeah.
But I don't like watching this movie. I mean,
as an adult, I do now.
Okay.
But as a child, I felt, I would say, almost equal parts like drawn to and repelled by this movie.
Yeah.
Like I was weirded out, but intrigued. I didn't get it. Like, why are they grown-ups, but they're like kind of kids? Like, what the hell's going on here?
To its core.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
is this?
The thesis statement of it was completely baffling to me.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, centrally Pee-wee and Francis. The two of them, I was like, what is this?
Yes, that's the sick stuff.
Yeah.
That's the early signs of sick.
Yeah, the rot
sick behavior
at the root of this movie is Pee-wee and Francis and their relationship.
Yes.
Even Francis's dad. I didn't like it when he has the gum and he like screams. He's like, I was like, why is this happening?
I don't know
and
what's going on.
And now as an adult, I found that part in particular very Lynchian.
Yes. Okay. We are so on the same page. I'm presently, for whatever reason, I'm in a David Lynch kick at the moment, and then I had to stop my David Lynch kick.
Yeah.
To watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And
I
was
wonder
like,
if that colored your
am I
watching.
seeing things, or am I realizing now that Pee-wee is very cut from the same mold as like David Lynch loved the 50s and Americana and tchotchkes.
Yes, I found myself thinking at least some of these same things. I didn't think about the tchotchkes thing, but I did think about like 50s Americana.
Yes.
And just like the dark underbelly of it.
Odd people.
Of course. Yeah.
How people themselves are just very strange and very weird, and casting performers who are perhaps not performers.
Right.
But just look like that. Just act like that.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking about it as like Tim and Eric acting.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's like a weird line that you're walking between like casting a performer and casting a freak to look at or something like that. And, you know, very compelling stuff.
Yeah, hard to look away from.
Hard to
reconcile.
Yes.
In a moral sense, but also.
Yes.
Am I judge and jury? No. I am a viewer.
No, I'm but a boy.
Yeah.
He's just a boy, as they say about Pee-wee. This boy's a hero. This boy's going to jail. This boy is a grown man.
It occurred to me he's kind of like a Muppet in that way. Like everybody acts like this is totally normal when, you know, Kermit is doing whatever. And same with Pee-wee.
Yeah, I totally agree. I had other comparatives for Pee-wee because what is Pee-wee?
Right.
To your point, like, is he a boy?
Yeah.
Or is he man?
They seem to think he's boy.
They seem to think he's boy, but he lives as man.
I know.
He owns his own house.
I thought I don't want to go into this too far. It'll be annoying. I genuinely don't. But like, where are Pee-wee's parents and family? Like, what's going on?
No,
you know?
yeah, he just is.
Yeah.
He just is. He's a force of nature. He lives alone.
Yeah.
In a house where he has to water his own lawn, which I think of as an adult.
It is
an adult responsibility or thing to be aware of, that you have to water your lawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He
does it all.
He does it all.
He set up that crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
Yes, which is, I loved that as a kid.
Me too.
So much.
But at the same time, I loved it when it was working. But then when he sat down to eat, I was weirded out. I was like, what's he doing? What's this grown up doing? Why is he putting the cereal on top of his pancakes? He's eating it weird.
He takes 2 bites of his Mr. T cereal.
Yeah.
And he's done with breakfast, but it took like 5 solid minutes for his machine to make the breakfast. He's got like multiple mannequins that like are in charge of like one of those like pecking bird things, cracks an egg open. There's like some gross clown that dumps out pancake batter into a bowl, and then a statue of
Abraham Lincoln
flips the pancakes onto the ceiling. He makes such an abundance of food.
Yes.
And then he pours cereal on top of it and eats 2 bites of cereal, dabs his mouth, and is done with breakfast.
There were strange things. Wasteful. There were strange things in this movie that, like, there are the obvious big things that are scary, like Large Marge, whatever. But there were things watching it for the show that I was like, I remember this scaring me as a kid, even though it's not outwardly scary. Him eating was scary to me for some reason.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, I remember being like, what's going on here? Him brushing his teeth and being like, rabbit dog or whatever, I was scared by. Also him taping up his face in the mirror and then ripping it off and screaming. There were lots of things where I was like, what?
He's a violent character.
Yeah, everything is very big,
yelling,
violent.
I would not show this to my kids.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, not until they're older.
No.
Yeah.
I found there's a clip of Quentin Tarantino talking about this movie. I don't know what interview he's doing or who he's talking to. The interviewer goes, I showed my kids Pee-wee. I showed them Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And Quentin Tarantino goes, how old are your kids? And he goes, they're 8 and 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And Quentin Tarantino explodes and he goes, you showed them the movie? Yo, you blew it, man. You blew it. You don't show them this movie. If anything, you show them Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
But you need to lead up to Pee-wee's Playhouse, man.
Big Adventure. Yeah.
No. Lead up to Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Okay.
Even. He's saying even the kids show is too intense for a kid. I know
Maybe
people
in a sensory way.
I
mean,
know
it
people
is
who
like...
were not allowed to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think that
Yeah.
adult perspective. I feel the same way today about Blippi. If anyone knows what that is, it's a grown man in a pinwheel hat. He wears blue and orange. He's like a big kids brand guy.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, don't know him. Don't want him.
Never heard of Blippi.
There's plenty of other options.
Yeah.
Don't need Blippi. I feel the same way about the Wiggles.
Okay, yeah, I know.
Who
the
are
Wiggles.
these grown men? I
think bad things have happened with the Wiggles.
Want it. I don't know. I'll never know.
Yeah.
God willing. Yeah. But
God wiggling.
God wiggling. If I were an adult with kids back then, I could totally imagine looking at Pee-wee and going like,
this is too weird.
This is an adult
Yeah.
pretending to be a kid.
It's too weird.
But yelling all the time. And I heard something about like, came from an HBO show that had like kind of jokes for adults in it.
Yeah.
Like on the HBO show, he puts a mirror on his shoes to look up Miss Yvonne's dress.
Yeah.
And he's like, And then I think her big joke was, joke's on you, Pee-wee, I'm not wearing underwear. And then
it's a good joke for the
he kind of acts like, oh man.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what he doesn't know the purpose of what he was doing at all.
Yes.
He doesn't understand anything. He thought he was supposed to see underwear.
Yes.
The fact that there's no underwear is disappointing.
Right. That's a bummer.
But as an adult, if I had any whiff of that shit, I'd be like, I don't know what Pee-wee's Playhouse is. You're not watching it.
Yeah, totally.
No, put on Daniel Tiger.
Yeah, I get that. Daniel Tiger's very cute.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
No, I get that.
I'm 38 and I still find it disturbing. As much as I love Pee-wee,
yes,
because of my full breadth of my experience, this movie, I watch it and I'm still kind of like, what?
I know.
Is this?
I know.
Minute 1.
Yeah.
I will say. I wrote down a note that I think is almost blasphemous.
Oh my God.
I hate myself for writing it. I expect you to hate me. I expect the listener and viewer out there to hate me for what I'm about to say. Pee-wee wakes up from bed. Well, he has a dream that he's winning the Tour de France.
I was about to say, it can't be minute 1.
It's not minute 1. It's minute 2.
Yeah.
He wakes up out of his bed and he's like, and like gets up and like grabs 2 sets of weights, like 3-pound weights. Like,
oh yeah.
And he's playing with everything is giggling. There's not a word spoken. And I just wrote down the American Mr. Bean.
Okay. Yeah, in that minute 1. Yes.
Minute 1, and it changes, admittedly.
It does.
But the regression.
But I can see that in minute 1.
The regressed grown man that we're supposed to love what I see as very disturbing.
Of course.
And find it charming.
Yeah.
Is like, it's like Mr. Bean.
Right.
It's a little bit like, and I wrote this down too, and I also hate myself for this. It wouldn't come for another couple decades. It's a little bit like Napoleon Dynamite, where it's like Napoleon Dynamite is his own character with his own weird way of living and set of rules and communicating, and people
I don't know if I agree with
treat
that.
him at face value.
Everyone in that world is weird.
It's a little bit like Ernest.
Nah, everybody in Napoleon Dynamite is weird. I think you're off there. Okay, maybe Ernest.
And a lot of like John Waters. Like a lot of like Divine
totally.
Or something like that, especially with the tchotchkes.
Yeah, totally.
Where I
just
can
like
see that. Shit everywhere.
I mean, William, I hate to say this, but are you one to talk? We're surrounded by your tchotchke shit everywhere currently. It's not on camera, all of it, but
well, then
if that's something you take issue with, I'm surprised to hear it.
What are you talking about? Potet?
I'm not talking about Potet. Potet came to us. What are we to do about that?
Are you talking about my collectible ghost face cup with collectible ghost face topper?
In part, yes. Yes, that's a drop in the bucket, but yeah.
Well, I refuse to agree with you that there's anything else off camera. Yeah, listen, I told you I hate myself.
Yeah, I know.
I got that out of the way first.
Yes, of course.
I'm just saying, there's an aggression to Pee-wee. Visually, stylistically.
No question. Yeah, no, it is an assault on the senses. Yes. However, I find much of what Pee-wee does and says so genuinely funny that I can kind of roll with that. Basically, because often that's something that I can't stand. I'm like, I know.
Can you calm down for 1 minute?
Yeah. Can you give me a goddamned break?
Yeah.
But so often he's saying something very funny.
Yeah, I agree.
So I guess I can hang.
I agree. It comes in waves with me.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm stressed out by it. I'm creeped out by it. Yeah. Then I love it. I'm stressed. Then I'm creeped. It's literally like watching the peaks and valleys of like a heart rate monitor.
Yeah.
For me, watching Pee-wee.
Yeah. I feel like that's totally understandable. And also, honestly, probably same for me. I'm not the whole time just being like, I love this. I'm in love with this. This is so fabulous.
Right,
like, whatever. But I would say my overall is positive.
Very well.
But also, I mean, often I'm baffled. Just like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
It's
absolutely
totally nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It also would confuse me, and this is maybe more telling about who I am as a person than anything else. Even as a kid, I was like, so wait a minute. He's friends with like Francis. Well, where's Francis? Yeah. He doesn't come to the Playhouse?
Yeah.
And like,
you were confused by
where's
the characters.
Jambi? Like, there's no Jambi in this movie.
The lack of overlap.
Yeah, there's no overlap. There's no continuity.
Right.
And then I was like, well, is he going to his Playhouse and his Playhouse is different from his house? So like he lives at this house, but he goes to a different place, which is his Playhouse. Are these things compatible at all?
Right.
And I don't know. He doesn't even ride the bike ever again. This entire movie is about how obsessed he is with his bike. And then in Pee-wee's Playhouse, he gets to and from the Playhouse on a scooter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm surprised that I was able to keep that divide. I totally divorced them from each other.
Yeah.
But no, it is really weird that there's no continuity between the two.
I found it puzzling.
I guess they just did
Where's Annette Funicello?
A great question. Like, he never needs cards for other holidays.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Within the movie.
Yes.
I was really surprised to learn from watching the Paul Reubens documentary that came out earlier this year on HBO that the movie came before the show. I just never really thought about it before. I'm just so used to the progression of like, TV show is successful, then there's a movie. Just, later in life, if I ever thought about it, I guess I just thought that the show must have come before. But if I thought about it for more than 2 seconds, the movie's from the 80s. The show's from the 90s, so obviously.
Yeah, you're right. That is odd.
It's really weird. So the progression was show at the Groundlings, like the live show or whatever. He did a tour, like a national tour, to try to get more attention from executives and stuff. Okay. And actually before the tour, he started doing lots of appearances on like David Letterman mostly, but other late night shows and stuff, just because the Groundling show was like so crazy successful. Does that tour, does indeed get the attention of executives, and signs the movie deal with Warner Brothers. So then he and Phil Hartman and Michael Varhol wrote the movie together, basically like the product of like smoking tons of weed in their bungalow on the Warner Brothers set. They just had like a little house where they could write together.
That's crazy.
And just like smoke it up or whatever.
Yeah.
And they had a totally different storyline at first. And then Paul Reubens noticed that like a lot of other writers and just like, I don't know, workers on the Warner Brothers set had bikes that they were riding back and forth. And he was like, I want a bike. And like asked somebody at Warner Brothers to get him a bike. And then one day there was a bike near the bungalow, and it's this like orange bike that said like Pee-wee's Big Adventure on it. Cause it was like for the spot, or maybe it said, I don't know what it said, but he was like, okay, I think this is the movie, had the idea. And then they like restructured everything.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
I think this is a weird movie. I think this is
a super weird movie.
The entire plot of the movie, and I'll spoil it only because I don't think there's any sense in not doing spoiler free.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, do you recommend it? That's the best we get. You recommend it?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I recommend it. I think it's a lighter recommend from me.
Okay.
But Pee-wee has this super cool James Bond bike, but it's like a red, bike, but it can like shoot out fog, and it can do cool jumps, and it's a fast bike.
It can do all kinds of things. It has a one of my favorite things about it is that it's a trick handle. At one point, somebody is chasing him on the Warner Brothers lot. They're trying to grab it, and he just keeps swatting their hand away. And finally, he lets them grab the handle, and it pops right off, and it just shoots a new handle right out of it.
Yes, a decoy hand. I love him just like slapping the hand
Me too, I
of the
love that
security
part.
guard. That's very funny.
Yeah.
But so his bike ends up getting stolen, and he wants to find his bike. And then it becomes just a road trip movie. You could almost put all the scenes of the movie in any order you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, which is probably a great setup to just be able to do a million weird scenes.
Yeah, true.
Like, is there any reason why like the biker bar scene needs to be before or after when he meets Simone at the dinosaur place? Not really.
Well, not really. They do find ways to lead to each other.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, there's no real reason.
It's just a bunch of things happen to him while he's on this cross-country mission. First to Texas, where he thinks that he went to a psychic who says that his bike is in the basement of the Alamo.
Yeah.
She was doing, like a Hannibal Lecter-esque
yeah, just word association.
word association.
She sees across the street.
Usual suspects-ish.
Yeah, she sees across the street that there's a garage called Alan Moe's.
Right.
So she says the Alamo, and the wall of the place says bargain basement prices. So she says the bike's in the basement.
And he immediately gets up and leaves and goes to the Alamo. And then he ends up seeing that the bike is now in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he goes to Hollywood.
Did you know right before he goes into the fortune teller's place when there were like street toughs who want to like rough him up or whatever? By the way, that's one of my favorite parts. It's 1 second long.
It's straight up, I think, my favorite joke in the movie.
It's so funny. It's he's sad because he lost his bike. He had like a meeting with everybody and he's just lost his mind, just ranting about his bike or whatever. All his like friends in the town. And then he's like walking in the rain and a bunch of like bad guys all surround him like, hey man, give me your money. And he goes,
yeah, he just hisses
and
at them.
They all scatter.
They run away.
It's so funny. Yeah.
It's like, this little, the 98-pound guy in the in the gray suit with the red bow tie. They were going to try to menace him, but he hissed at them and they all...
You're right. He doesn't quite hiss. He makes like a funny noise. Yeah.
They all run.
Oh, it's so
That's
funny.
one of the greatest jokes in the entire movie.
One of them is Tim Burton.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Even just before that, they show like his huge shadow coming down the alleyway and he's like lumbering.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
comes
yeah.
around the corner and it's teeny Pee-wee.
Yeah.
And he tucks his arms in because it's raining and
so
he's trying to keep
funny.
himself warm or contained or whatever.
That's so good.
That is, I wrote down a list of what I think are like the horror touches
Yeah, I did too.
of Pee-wee, and that entire scene is one of them, but it comes after him losing the bike.
Yeah.
And then, you said like losing his mind.
Yeah.
This is where it's like, this is another one of those things where I'm just like, Pee-wee is such an odd character because he's not just, it's too simple to say that he's like a grown-up little boy.
Yeah.
He's like a kid in every facet of what that means, where it's like kids are vindictive and selfish and small-minded.
Yeah.
And so like at one point he's taping up, a reward for his bike.
Yeah.
And he's offering $10,000 and his little love interest, who's awesome.
Yeah, Dottie.
Played by E.G. Daily, who's the voice of Tommy Pickles.
Hell yeah. And Buttercup in Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. She's
I love her.
I love her.
She's wonderful.
She's fantastic.
She's so sweet.
PV.
Yeah, she has a great voice.
Yeah. No one can do it but her.
Yeah.
And he's taping up the reward sheet, and she's like, "How are you going to get $10,000? How are you going to, pay someone $10,000?" And his answer is like such great little kid logic. He goes, "If anyone comes to me with information about the bike, they're obviously the person who stole the bike, and they get nothing." Like he's like losing his mind.
I also love the changes of Pee-wee's voice. Like sometimes he's squeaky, sometimes he does go a little bit lower like this. Or whatever.
You're right.
I find it very enjoyable.
Yes, a little.
When he gets a little, that's Pee-wee's version of being arch.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Jiminy Glick interviewing Pee-wee.
What would I do?
The vocal dynamics.
What would I do? I don't know.
It's incredible.
I don't know. I don't think it would ever happen because he was so private. So you didn't watch Pee-wee as himself, the documentary, right?
No.
Okay. It was so interesting. It came out earlier this year. Like I said, it's on HBO Max. And Paul Rubens himself commissioned it. He wanted it done. But then he was very difficult during the filming of it. And they show some of that in it. He seemed like he was a complicated person. Like, not a nice person, a good friend and stuff, but like kind of prickly, kind of particular, whatever. And so I rewatched the part where they talk about Pee-wee's Big Adventure for this, so that I would have like some stuff fresh in my mind. And I was like, yeah, wow, he's a little bit of a pill with the guy. Like, he wanted to do this, but then he's like kind of annoyed that it's happening. And so they sit down for the day where they're going to talk about this, and he just like would not stay on topic. And the guy's like, okay, Paul, can you be with me? And he's like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever.
Interesting.
And it's very interesting. Yeah.
Why did he commission it?
Because he was dying, and he wanted there to be kind of like a record of this stuff finally. But then I think he was kind of like resentful of the process, and yet still wanted it to happen.
Yeah, maybe even resentful of his own decision.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, he seemed like an interesting, complicated person. Mm-hmm. And I like a lot of the stuff that I've seen of him even outside of Pee-wee, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I haven't seen a ton. I can't pretend that I've seen a ton of Paul Rubens stuff. Mm-hmm. But like, I remember thinking he was so awesomely gross in Mystery Men.
Yes.
You ever see that? He played the spleen.
Yep.
He could like fart on command, and he had pimples all over his face.
Yep.
But it was just like he went for it to such like a big degree that it was hard not to be like kind of drawn to it.
I mean, he was a really great performer. I remember him in that. I never saw this, but I remember they talk about it in the documentary because it was kind of like a moment in his career, like a little comeback moment. I guess he's in the movie Blow, that Johnny Depp movie.
Yeah.
And people were like, whoa, like I guess he was really good in it. And he felt really good getting accolades for something that wasn't like comedic and wasn't Pee-wee or whatever. Because also in the documentary, he talked about being very bitter about the fact that, you know, he loves the so this movie was like super successful. It was made for $6 million and it made $40 million in its like original run.
Yeah.
And obviously everybody loved Pee-wee, but he got none of the praise as a writer because he was credited as Paul Rubens and nobody knew who Paul Rubens was. So everybody was like, oh, Tim Burton did such a good job, whatever. Oh. And he was like, he's talking about it. He's like, do I sound bitter and angry? Yeah, maybe I am still bitter and angry about it or whatever. But he was so committed to not breaking the public image of Pee-wee as like obviously not trying to really pretend he's a real person, but like sort of present him as a real person in a way that he really only was out in public for like years and years as Pee-wee, which was part of why it was such a shock when he got arrested that time, because you only ever saw Paul Rubens as Pee-wee. He wasn't on late night shows as Paul Rubens or anything. He was only ever dressed like that in public and stuff.
Yeah.
So that added to like the shock of the whole thing.
Well, it's like me. I only ever come out as Will Rogers. No one No one knows Herman Muldoon.
No, we never talk about it, and yet that's who you are.
We don't speak of him.
No.
That's a weird dichotomy thing too. Then, like, you can't. Like, you can do whatever you want. Yeah. But you know, if you only ever put yourself out there as Pee-wee, how can you be annoyed that people don't know Paul Rubens?
I think it's similar to him being annoyed that the camera crew is there, and yet he hired the camera crew.
Yeah.
Like he kind of like put himself in these boxes and then didn't really like the boxes, but he's the person who put them in them, himself in them. Like,
be annoyed at yourself.
He was closeted, like even with his friends and stuff. Like, he really didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know. He said that he really only talked about, honestly, I watched the whole documentary, like, you know, whenever it came out first, like months ago. And then I just watched the Pee-wee part, and they touched on, the Big Adventure part. They started to touch on it the tiniest bit because it's the last part of part one, and then they go into it more in part two. He's like, you know, I never talked about didn't talk much about my sexuality, even with my friends and stuff. And like, is that he did a lot of, I noticed in it, a lot of like asking a question, like, is that self-loathing? Is that self-preservation? I don't know. I think that plays a part in it or whatever. And he said, you know, I did student films and stuff, and they show clips of them, and it's like him just being like embraced by another man or whatever. He's like, I did films early in my career that I thought would be bad for me if they came out, and did I make some of those disappear? Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Or whatever.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, what a fucked up time.
Totally.
I mean, even now.
Absolutely.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, especially then, right? And yeah, Pee-wee is just Pee-wee's already such a weird character that it's not hard to imagine people being like, weirdo, told you all this is weirdo, and it's all code and doublespeak and shit. Yeah. Him getting arrested, all I remember was the mugshot.
Totally. Like, because it's like the furthest thing from Pee-wee.
Shit.
You know?
Yeah. It was incomprehensible to me that was the same person.
Yeah, totally.
I did not understand in any way, shape, or form.
I did. And for some reason, I also, even then, was like, what's the big deal?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what was it? He went to like a porn theater.
Yeah.
And did what people do at porn
celebrated.
theaters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Celebrated the movie. What are you supposed to do?
Celebrated the movie. Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, it's the whole thing is.
And then he was.
I mean, I'm not going to pretend I think that's awesome.
I mean, I'm just not shocked.
Yeah,
I know. It's like whatever. Sure. And then I'm not gonna be able to tell this perfectly. Again, I watched this months ago or whatever, but he was, if not arrested, I can't remember. I guess arrested, but arrested for having child pornography. Do you remember that? But
no,
it's not.
What?
It's not.
Okay.
Child pornography in, I guess, the 2000s, let's say, or whatever. There was a raid on his house because somebody got a tip or whatever. The LAPD got a tip. And so he collected just all of this, like, basically, so he was a major collector in general. Like, that part of Pee-wee was definitely from him. He was like kind of like a borderline hoarder of just kinds of all like artsy
Don't
trinkets.
look at my stuff again. I saw you glance around me.
I know. Just trinkets and stuff, like kind of like cool things or whatever. So he had this like crazy collection of like vintage, like gay porn and erotica, anything that was like gay and from old or whatever, probably new too, obviously, but just kind of like curiosities or whatever. So they confiscated all of this stuff. His house almost had like a museum like quality to it, honestly. They confiscated all of this stuff. And then they found, I think, like one, if I remember correctly, magazine that they like felt looked like one of the guys was like kind of young or something. And it was really not, it really didn't seem like
that would have been the magazine's
anything.
Deal. Like, it's not as if Pee-wee curated.
No, and it was, they show it actually in the documentary, like what is their exhibit or whatever. It's like these two guys wrestling. It's like, it really does seem like it was like not anything. And it was just kind of like a witch hunt.
Yeah. We like
just
those.
kind of right. It seems like nothing, honestly.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It seems like a troubled existence to be born into, and a troubled fucking
for him. Yeah.
And it just seems like a hassle.
He seems like he has a tough
pain
psyche.
in the ass. Yeah. I feel like also Tim Burton is like it feels like he so quickly became like a name. It's amusing to me a little bit that Paul Rubens was like Tim Burton's movie. Yeah, okay. I mean, it is.
Yeah,
but also this would later then happen to Henry Selick with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, I know.
As
everybody
we said,
does jump to the Tim Burton of it all.
His name or his style or his manner of being, because also Tim Burton, like, also lives almost like as a cartoon character. I think he was a cartoonist or something.
Yeah,
but like he himself as a human being is stylized. Like you look at Tim Burton and he looks weird.
I know, and it's funny. It's not necessarily that he's like putting anything on or whatever. I think he just has like an aura because he doesn't dress weird.
No, he wears all black and he has like wacky hair a little bit.
Yeah, but it's also just his hair.
He looks like his own drawing though.
Yeah, he does.
That's all I mean.
I think that's kind of the thing. Like he does kind of look like what he sort of draws.
Yes.
And so the way that they hooked up was that so Warner Brothers picked a director for the movie. They talk about this in Pee-wee as himself, and Paul Rubens was like, I'm like not really.
Paul Rubens was kind of like,
he was like, yeah, I'm not really into them. Let me like see what I can do. And he called Shelley Duvall, who I guess he was friends with or something. He just kind of says it matter-of-factly in the documentary, but he called Shelley Duvall for advice. And she was like, well, I think you should look at this guy, Tim Burton. I was just in this short that he did called Frankenweenie. And so, like, why don't you get in contact with him or watch Frankenweenie, see what you think, and whatever. And he watched it and was like,
I know what I think about Frankenweenie. Have you seen Frankenweenie?
Yes. I mean, not since I was like a kid.
Why did we see this as kids?
Yeah.
Why did we see it? It's a half-hour short. It was before, obviously. It was before Pee-wee. It was not a movie. It was a short film that Tim Burton made of a boy whose dog gets hit by a car, I think
so.
And he brings the dog back to life like Frankenstein. It's Frankenweenie. Hardy har har.
Yeah.
I just saw a dog getting killed.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I don't know. I think we both liked anything creepy and weird.
Yeah,
So we probably
I think
were at
so, too.
Blockbuster.
And we're like, we have to see this. Yeah, okay.
I think that's how we saw a lot of like weird stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of cool stuff. We just liked weird, creepy stuff.
True.
But so yeah, he saw it and he was like, oh yeah, like this is, I want to talk to this guy. And they met up and they just like totally hit it off.
Yeah.
Paul Rubin said like he was an oddball like I was. We both kind of felt like outsiders. He like really understood what I was like saying about like what I wanted the movie to be like. And like we just totally meshed and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does. Like, I think it's weird too, because like for this to be Tim Burton's first movie, like you think about Tim Burton. What did I say that we're doing next week? What is it? What's his next movie? It's like it's Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is like, I mean, that's like the perfect first movie for Tim Burton.
Yeah, yeah.
Like everything is black and white and shadows and grayscale and lumpy claymation and ghosts and ghouls and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
But his actual first movie is Pee-wee, which is bright colors to the point where it's almost just as revolting though. Like it's like saturation, like overload.
Yeah.
Like bright colors and flashing lights and weird shapes and clowns everywhere. But it's like, it's almost weird that this is the first Tim Burton movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, his two modes or something is like weird circus and goth boy.
Yeah.
It's like so strange.
Yeah, totally.
But it does work. And Danny Elfman.
Yep.
Like who I guess had been pulled in from Oingo Boingo.
Yeah, I didn't realize that he wasn't a composer already. They just liked Oingo Boingo.
That's crazy to me.
They were like, oh, can you score the movie?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm not sure, but I'll try.
Yeah.
And now he's like a prolific movie composer.
Yep.
How crazy.
Yep. And then wrapped back around and made like almost like a Nine Inch Nails-esque album recently that I really liked.
Oh, cool.
Danny Elfman, which is weird because then Nine Inch Nails has now got into film, you know.
I know. I just saw the trailer for Tron yesterday. And it says original music from Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, they're not credited as Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross?
Yeah.
Atticus Finch.
I know, it is Atticus Ross.
I always have to do that. I go, it's not Atticus Finch.
Yeah.
That's To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes.
So it must be Atticus Ross.
It is. Yeah.
So they're credited not as themselves, which they typically are when they do film scores. They're credited as Nine Inch Nails this time.
Is Atticus Ross in Nine Inch Nails?
He's the only other member of the band. Which is my sticking point, actually.
I didn't okay. I thought that was just a totally different collaborator.
No.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Because Nine Inch Nails, for the longest time, to my understanding, and I can't pretend to be a complete historian of Nine Inch Nails, but I've been a fan for a long time. It was Nine Inch Nails was Trent Reznor.
Yeah.
Like Trent Reznor would write every part of the music by and large. And then he might have somebody sit in, like Dave Grohl is on his album with Teeth to do the drums and stuff like that. And then he would have a touring band. You know, he'd have his equivalent of Bermuda Schwartz, so to speak, who tours with him like Weird Al does.
Right.
But it was always Trent Reznor alone, which I always kind of admired. I was impressed by. And then I feel like it's only in the last decade that he was like, I have a new member of my band. Yeah. And it's Atticus Ross, who I've been doing the film scores with. So now Nine Inch Nails is two guys, which is odd to me. Like that's like a 100% increase.
Maybe he was like, I just really mesh with them. Why beat around the bush?
Yeah, it's not a criticism or anything. It fundamentally changes how I feel about Nine Inch Nails a little bit. Their more recent output, which I haven't listened to, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
interesting.
This movie ends up being the emergence point for Tim Burton, Danny Elfman, and Pee-wee. Yeah. And they're all three so...
Welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah, they're like three different tastes that go very well together, but then sort of spread out after this a little bit. Even though Tim Burton and Danny Elfman obviously stayed more lockstep for a good long time. But Danny Elfman just started doing other movies, like did the Spider-Man score and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess he was like, oh, I can do this.
Yes. So, all right, we've talked enough about the movie, like the meta of like, what is this and why or whatever. And then we've got to talk about what makes this movie so goddamn uncomfortable and often, great. And great and scary.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
After we tell you about patreon.com/GTTUpod. This is the real energy the battery
that powers Guide to the Unknown. Yes. This is where you can go if you would like to support the show and get bonus episodes in return. We actually record a weekly show that comes out every Monday called the Netherworld Dispatch. So you can get that on our Demon tier at the weekly rotation, the weekly frequency, excuse me. We have a bunch of other tiers you can check out and see what you like. And you also get ad-free episodes of Guide to the Unknown on our tiers. So you don't have to hear this spiel. You don't have to hear any commercials. It's fabulous. We also have movie commentaries, a newsletter, Liz Sauer of Ghosts in the Burbs and I do a monthly paranormal podcast where we recap different ghost shows. So go check it out.
Yep. In that newsletter, I shared a little bit of dish. Not the full dish.
Not Mish's dish.
Not Mish's dishes. Yeah. Now you got to go to Patreon for that.
Yeah.
Or the Netherworld Dispatch specifically, of course. But Kristen and I did the NJ Horror Con, and I shared some of my top favorite moments.
Yeah.
Which are to say, the things I liked the least.
Yes.
Not all of them.
No, not all of them.
But some of them.
Yeah.
I told the story of Grandpa Chomp.
Mm-hmm.
There's an old man who was parked across from us for about a better part of an hour.
Yeah, I would say.
We got to watch his entire process of finishing one soft pretzel.
Taking his time. Locking eyes with us.
Yep, good, healthy amount of eye contact from old Grandpa Chomp eating that one soft pretzel. That was a significant part of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So go check that out.
That was a lot of our contact in general.
Yes,
with people.
It's very true. Yes. I have gotten a couple of messages from people being like, oh, please tell me you're going to do it next year. I couldn't make it this year.
Oh, okay.
And I had written to them and I was like, hey, if it goes well, we'll definitely do it next year.
Yeah.
I'm here to say that unless I make a huge mistake next year,
I don't think so.
I will not be doing this again.
Yeah.
Anyway, go check out that newsletter. I also want to say the most recent episode of the Netherworld Dispatch was episode 233, Horror on the Horizon. We took a look at horror news. One thing huge in particular that I am very excited for is a video game called OD, created by the guy who made PT. And it seems like that game might be back. That gum I like is coming back into style.
Yes,
Kristen.
it is. Yes.
I could not be happier.
I know. It looks sweet.
So go check that out. I've been enjoying sharing projects from the greater expanded universe of Guide to the Unknown.
Yeah.
This happened just in the last week. The WNUF Halloween special and the Out There Halloween mega tape. This is a Blu-ray 2-pack of Halloween movies that is presently in Walmart.
Very
Walmarts
cool.
around the country, I think, perhaps around the globe or even the known universe.
Excellent.
These are films made by Chris LaMartina. We actually have an episode where we covered the WNUF Halloween special.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the sequence of events of things, but I'm in the sequel.
Yeah.
Did I know him when we did that episode?
I don't know.
I don't know if I did. But yeah, you can hear my voice somewhere in the sequel film. Pretty fun. I might be in there a couple of times actually. So go pick that up. Super fun, especially for October. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Retro Halloween vibes.
Yeah, so cool.
Movies. Yeah.
Yeah, the original's awesome. I haven't seen this yet, but check it out.
Yes. Kristen doesn't enjoy my work.
I try to avoid it.
Yes, I can completely understand. We also enjoy reading reviews. I have one here from Snow.
Ooh.
Titled Rob Lowe's Feet and Pincher Fingers.
Hell yeah.
I have been laughing through this whole episode. They're referring to episode 403, Rob Lowe's Roots. The root of Rob Lowe's fear is what we called it.
Yep.
We're watching the Lowe files.
Yes.
I've been laughing through this whole episode. Dr. B, the way you're describing her and when she says Rob Lowe has problems with his feet, oh my God, dying. And then the pincher fingers grabbing ravioli. Kristen shared a memory of a woman at a daycare.
Yeah, my former daycare boss using her fingers like little claw machine to come down and steal children's ravioli.
Don't do that. That's
horrible.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
This is my favorite episode so far. The lady in the tiny cubicle. By the time we get to the basement hole with pillows and sleeping bags that may still be there, I have tears in my eyes laughing. You both have a great way of telling a story. 5 stars.
Oh, That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Snow. So glad you enjoyed that.
Snow times foe.
Yeah. Snow times foe.
Thank you so much. We very much appreciate your review. Other folks out there, if you'd like to hear us perhaps read your review of the show, you can write one up on Apple Podcasts, or you can leave stars for us on Spotify. They are significant. They help improve our reputation. They make us feel good. They presumably do something with the algorithm.
I would think they just help our standing in the community.
What exactly? I'm not sure.
Right.
But we need them. I'm told we need to ask for them.
Yeah.
All right. So please consider doing that. And thank you so much to everybody who has. All right. One more commercial break, and then we're going to talk about the scares in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, yeah. Okay. What scared you?
Even from the beginning of the movie, in his tchotchke house, he does have Halloween decorations.
I know. Yeah, he has this wall. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like a weird shadow wall.
A pixelaty.
Yes.
A shadow wall, or almost like frosted glass.
Yeah.
I think of shower curtains doing this.
It is kind of
they
like
have those
that.
little boxes that are magnified so they make things look pixelated through them or something. But yeah, he's got a skeleton in there.
Yeah.
And a jack-o'-lantern face and bats and stuff. There is just general scary stuff woven throughout, but then there are obviously bigger scary moments, even if some of them are unusual. Francis and Pee-wee yelling at each other is the kind of disturbing, standing next to a white picket fence, these two grown men, you know, Francis being like, my dad said that I can buy anything I want for my birthday, and do you know what I want, Pee-wee? Just that drawn out delivery. Your bike.
Yes.
Well, you can't have it, Francis.
I love the way he says Francis.
I know.
Francis.
And they argue like little kids.
Yeah.
You know, Pee-wee constantly saying.
Yeah, I definitely was like, why is this grown man talking about how his dad said he can have whatever he wants for his birthday? And
you're
stuff.
30.
I was weirded out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he goes to take a bath later. When Pee-wee finds out that his bike has been stolen, he goes to confront Francis while Francis is having his bath. His bath.
And everyone acts like this is normal because he talks to a butler at the front door who acts like this is just another day.
Yes.
But what? And his bath is like a pool?
It's an indoor swimming pool with battleships.
Yep. And
floating
he's
on the water.
playing with them. Very disturbing.
And then the two fellows wrestle in the water.
Yep.
And then Pee-wee gives them prank bubble gum. And Francis's mouth starts turning black and oozing, and his dad screams, as you said. The whole thing is just, I mean, not to belabor
macabre,
because it's all part of the same grown men being little boys thing. But Francis in particular, I find creepy.
Yeah, same.
Pee-wee ties his bike or chains his bike to a clown statue.
Yep.
When he goes back and his bike is now missing, he looks up at the waving clown statue, which now has an air of menace.
I found myself wondering, I hadn't thought about it, if this played into my clown thing that really bothered me for a long time when I was younger.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because I was bothered by the clowns in his dream in this. I wasn't really watching. It was
clown dream.
It was bothering me.
What's with the clowns?
I mean, clowns are scary. And so they were, they were making some parts of this movie extra unsettling.
Yeah, but
so it's playing with the whole thing that Pee-wee plays with. It's supposed to be kind of fun and childlike, but there's also an air of menace. You know what I mean? Yeah. Clowns epitomize that.
When did clowns become scary? Were they always secretly scary, or
I wonder when the first instance was of a clown being scary on film. I don't know.
It was written in the 70s. No, I know this. It was early 80s because I'm always it was written around the same time that Freddy Krueger was, and they're pretty much the same thing. So yeah, it was early 80s. This is slightly after.
First.
So no, it's definitely not. It can't be the first. That would be very surprising to me.
Yes.
I just wonder.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you're right. Not only does he chain his bike to that clown,
but I guess that's not intentional.
No.
Clarabelle is from Howdy Doody, this 50s kid show, and that's one of the scariest clown things that I remember seeing when I was a kid.
We have a clip on our YouTube channel.
Yes, we do.
Called Clarabelle the Nightmare Clown.
Yeah.
One moment Clarabelle spoke with tears in his eyes going, goodbye, kids.
Ugh.
And it's very creepy to me.
Yeah.
That video is covered with comments.
We had that on tape too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That video is covered with comments from people being like, how dare you? This was This was like so emotional to me as a kid. You think this is creepy? What's wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know how this is anything but creepy.
Totally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
To each his own.
Exactly.
But so then, Pee-wee has this nightmare about his bike being ripped into pieces and an ambulance driving up and like a clown car, a ton of clowns dressed like nurses and EMTs and stuff clamber out of the back and put the pieces of his bike onto that hup, whatever that thing is.
I don't know. And there's
stretcher.
Yeah.
Thing.
And it's just a totally black set with scary Danny Elfman music playing.
Yes. They run down a long Tim Burton hallway with these arches with asymmetrical tops and stuff. And then, the scariest thing of it is that Pee-wee is now in the operating room watching them try to fix his bike with a blowtorch and stuff. And there's one normal doctor, just a normal guy. And he's got like the doctor's mask on, the little COVID-esque mask, N95.
Yes.
And he looks at Pee-wee and then lifts his mask and starts laughing because he had secretly had a clown mouth the whole time.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
Yeah.
Talk about David Lynch. Like, I feel like there is some form of intent here that I don't understand.
Just Pee-wee having a freaky dream.
So bizarre. I don't like Pee-wee's dreams.
No, they're very scary.
He also dreams about dinosaurs, claymation dinosaurs chomping his bike apart.
Yeah.
Which is probably why it's in pieces in the second dream, I guess.
Yeah.
But just very weird. And it's like a blue dinosaur and a purple dinosaur.
Yep.
Very, very strange.
Yes.
I don't know. He goes to a magic shop, Mario's magic shop.
Yep.
Which I don't know. Even watching this, I was like, why did this used to freak me out?
I know. I wonder if it's partially just the lighting.
Yeah, it's like very red and
yeah.
Yeah.
Smoky. I don't know. It still was a little, I don't know. There was a weird vibe in there.
There is like a skeleton in the corner or something where I'm just like, why is that there? And then he holds up a giant Aleister Crowley head.
I think it's also the giant head. We didn't know it was Aleister Crowley, but.
No.
Yeah.
There's Satanist stuff in this movie.
Yeah. Satan's Helpers.
Satan's Helpers is the biker gang. And then in one of the dreams, the bike is getting dipped into a witch's cauldron.
Yeah.
And Francis is there dressed like the devil. Laughing at Pee-wee.
Hell yeah.
It was like, what's with all this Satan stuff?
I know.
So strange.
Ridiculous. Let me see. I think the next scary thing coming off the magic shop is Madame Ruby's.
Yes, she does tarot cards, palm readings, and income tax. That's a good joke.
Yeah, it is a good joke.
That's a solid joke. But she robs Pee-wee.
Yeah.
She scams him.
Yeah, she steals his wallet.
To see his pictures, to cold read him and be like, you're looking for something. You missed something.
Yeah.
And he's like, where is it? You know where my bike is?
And she just has a sinister vibe. So far, everybody who has interacted with Pee-wee has, besides Francis, but you're not threatened by Francis, everybody has been nice to him. Like, even when he kind of had everybody, essentially held hostage in his basement while he went crazy talking about his bike, they were appeasing him. They were listening, whatever. She's the only person who has been acting as some sort of a foil to him and being mean. So it has a weird vibe.
And notably does not return in the denouement.
No.
She does not become friend to Pee-wee. Basically, anytime he interacts with somebody, they become friends.
Right.
Even the amazing Larry seemed to get along with Pee-wee, that old man with the mohawk.
Yep.
Who they don't make any mention of why he's called the Amazing Larry. He goes like, anything you want to share with the class, Amazing Larry?
I wonder if that's somebody from the Groundlings. It feels like it has to be.
Amazing Larry. Yeah. Old man with mohawk. But I also love Pee-wee being like putting someone in the place. Anything you want to share? Like it's like a teacher talking to a room full of students.
Totally.
Sometimes the word choice of Pee-wee is outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
It's also amazing when he's going to report his bike missing. We catch up with them because the cop is saying, so what makes you think it was taken by the Soviets or something like that?
Right. Yeah. Yes.
It's very funny.
It's very funny. He's got a great bit. Well, first he meets Mickey the convict. In my head, I was always like, this guy was like a serial killer or something, right?
I think so.
No, the thing was that he took a knife and cut off that little tag.
Well, I don't think he actually did that.
No, I think he did.
I don't think so.
I think in the context of this world,
I don't think so.
I think nasty things don't happen in this world for real. I think he cut the tag off the mattress that says "Do not remove" by order of law.
I don't know. I think he was just trying not to scare Pee-wee. I don't think he actually did that.
Really?
Yes.
So you think he's like a murderer?
Yes. You
think Pee-wee rode around with a murderer for a while?
I do. I do, but he was charmed by Pee-wee.
Okay, yeah, they become friends in the end.
Yeah.
And Pee-wee tries to give him a foot-long hot dog with a file in it.
Which I love.
And then the cop just goes, hey.
I think it's like a meatball sandwich or something. It looks like it's got like red sauce in it. Yeah.
And he goes, wait a minute. And the cop just pulls the big nail file, and Pee-wee's like, I tried.
Yeah.
Like, and everyone's fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
you gave it your best shot, but we caught you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I love this joke. He had bought headlight sunglasses or something.
Yeah.
And they do this animated scene where you just Pee-wee's eyes in the dark and animal sounds, and you just see animated cartoon eyes.
Yeah.
Which we'll see soon again in a Tim Burton movie, because there are some cartoon effects in Batman.
Yes.
Which is weird.
Yep.
They look very similar.
Yeah, totally.
And then Pee-wee turns on his headlight glasses and it's just like camera on a tripod. Just flood the scene with lights, and it's a bunch of taxidermy animals all around. It looks like a screensaver.
Yes, it does.
It's like a still image basically of him screaming because there's a taxidermy bear there and all these animals, and then it just flips to black again, and you just move on with the movie. Again, like that, you could put that anywhere.
Totally.
These things don't even need to be sequential. It's just gags.
Yeah.
But that is a good horror gag.
Yeah, it's fun.
Screaming because there are animals around.
Yeah. He's not used to this world. He's usually ensconced in his little house.
Yes.
And then next we meet Large Marge, the horror icon of the film.
This is the thing.
Yeah.
The Pee-wee horror thing. Tell him Large Marge sent you.
Yep.
So Pee-wee is hitchhiking, and a gigantic big rig truck stops, and he gets in, and this woman wearing flannel with gray hair, like she's like a middle-aged older woman.
Yeah.
And she just has this menacing air about her, and she gives the following speech. On this very night 10 years ago, along this same stretch of road, in a dense fog, just like this, I saw the worst accident I ever seen. There was this sound, like a garbage truck dropped off the Empire State Building. Is that supposed to be funny?
I don't know.
A garbage truck?
I guess.
Dropped off the Empire State Building.
I think just emphasizing just how loud.
It's just a funny thing to do. It makes me think of National Lampoons, where it's like, you couldn't hear a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
Yeah.
It's just very bizarre.
Yeah.
And then they cut back, and she goes, and when they finally pulled the driver's body from the twisted, burning wreck, it looked like this. And then Large Marge turns, and her face bugs out in claymation.
Yeah.
And it goes like,
yeah.
Like, almost like a Halloween sound effect.
Totally.
Like a Halloween door knocker would make this sound or something.
Yes.
But her eyes bug out of her head. Her mouth claymation's open.
It looks like every Tim Burton thing that you can think of.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. And then she just turns back to driving and says, yes, sir, that was the worst accident I ever seen. Then they pull up to a rest stop. And Pee-wee just goes, have a nice day.
Good Pee-wee.
And then she goes, be sure and tell him Large Marge sent you.
Yeah, she just drives away cracking up.
And when she turns to the wheel, she immediately stops laughing and goes back to that neutral face, which I also think is part of the creepiness.
Yeah, totally.
And then Pee-wee goes into the restaurant thing at this rest stop and just goes, Large Marge sent me.
Yeah.
And the entire place falls silent. A plate shatters somewhere and everyone looks terrified.
Yeah.
And then one man gets up. And I thought it was Dick Miller. Do you know who that is?
No.
It's not. He was like a famous character actor, man.
Okay.
But it's not him. It's very close to this character actor, man.
Yeah.
He goes, it was 10 years ago on a night just like tonight. Why? Tonight's the anniversary. Worst accident I ever seen. And he gestures to the in memoriam of Large Marge.
Yeah.
She's dead. And he goes,
my God.
That means the Large Marge I was riding with was... And the whole room goes, her ghost. And then it just fades to black. It's 3 minutes.
I know.
That's it.
But what an impact.
What
an impact on the culture.
So the most impactful 3 minutes of anything ever made is the Large Marge sequence.
Totally.
That used to creep me out as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Like, without a doubt that freaked me out.
Absolutely. And actually, we talked about this in Guide to the Unknown episode 134, Unexpected Horror for Kids.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, this was like a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
How did you feel about it now halfway through our lives, not children anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to, still great, honestly. It's hard not to look. I've seen it so many times. I'm so aware of it. Large Marge feels like the fabric of our lives.
Yes.
So great, but doesn't, hit as hard. It's just like, that's right. It's the Large Marge scene. What fun.
I know. It's just too classic.
Yeah.
It feels almost like, we'll talk about this later this month, but like it feels like every year I watch the original Sleepy Hollow cartoon, like the Ichabod Crane cartoon.
Yeah.
And in some ways I'm numb to it.
Right.
Because I have seen it too many times. But it's almost like I'm trying to chase the feeling of like, oh, I wish I could feel the way I felt.
Maybe you should take a couple of years off.
When I first saw this, I won't.
Okay.
Thanks for the suggestion. That won't
You're
be
welcome.
happening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Now, I did a little bit of research into Large Marge just out of curiosity. I don't have a ton of info.
Yeah.
People claim that it's a reference to a song called Phantom 309, which it's not.
Okay, great.
There's no way it is. Because it's actually based on an urban legend. It's based on one of the most famous urban legends called The Vanishing Hitchhiker. We've covered so many urban legends. We do a whole series about urban legends. We'll get to that one day.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get into the urban legend here. But it's basically, it's the same thing, right? Yep. Like you encounter someone on the road and then later on you're like, oh, I had picked up a person or I got a ride from this person. People go, well, that person's been dead for 30 years.
Yeah.
But Phantom 309 is this song that I guess is like a fairly famous, I guess it's a Western, or not a Western, country. Like a country song.
Okay.
But it's one of those songs where it's like, it's just sort of speaking the lyrics on top of music because it's really just telling the story. It was by Red Savine.
Okay.
And the only relevant lyrics that like kind of tell the story are these ones. And it's about in this case, well, no, it's the same as Pee-wee. You get a ride from a trucker. And the trucker goes, Big Joe's the name. I told him mine. And he said the name of my rig is Phantom 309. I asked him why he called his rig such a name. He said, son, this old Mac can put 'em all to shame. There ain't a driver or a rig or running any line. Ain't seen nothing but taillights from Phantom 309. Meaning I got the fastest truck around.
Yeah.
And then it all culminates with, just like Pee-wee did, getting dropped off at a restaurant. Told the waiter Big Joe was setting me up. Oh, you could have heard a pin drop. It got deathly quiet. And the waiter's face turned kind of white. Well, did I say something wrong? I said with a halfway grin. He said, now this happens every now and then. Every driver in here knows Big Joe. But son, let me tell you what happened about 10 years ago. At the crossroads tonight where you flagged them down, there was a busload of kids coming from town. And they were right in the middle when Big Joe topped the hill. It could have been slaughter, but he turned his wheel. Well, Joe lost control, went into a skid, and gave his life to save that bunch of kids. And there at that crossroads was the end of the line for Big Joe and Phantom 309.
Joe sounds like he was all right.
Joe was all right, just like Large Marge.
Yeah.
Now, Joe didn't do anything scary.
Right.
Joe didn't.
Not that we know of. I mean,
not that we
just
know,
that
yeah,
one
true.
song.
He didn't. Yeah, maybe there were other songs about how Big Joe was a mean son of a bitch that made scary faces.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. You know, like the Large Marge thing. Not that it's supposed to, but it's like when they pulled Large Marge's dead body out of the wreck, her eyes were 5 times larger.
Totally.
Than any human eyes ever.
There's no reason for her to look like that.
And she was going, or whatever that sound is. Like, it doesn't make a lick of sense.
Nah.
God damn, is that effective.
Oh, totally. It's great.
Potent, weird shit of all time.
Yes. One of the other things I find scary is when he runs out of the pet shop holding all the snakes.
You find that scary?
Yes, that has always disturbed me. It's probably because I find snakes kind of scary.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
would just pick up the whole case. Yeah, / cage. Why is he going and grab them?
Holding him by hand.
Because it's,
Right.
Yeah, because it's fun for the movie.
Yeah, it would probably be, right.
Yeah.
You're right. If he did something practical and sensible, it wouldn't be quite as funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, he comes out. It's a close up on him holding up the snakes next to his head and going, "Gah!" or whatever.
And then falls down. And that's when they're like, this boy is a hero. This boy. He's passed out, and they're a man in his gray suit.
Yes.
And they instantly clock him as a boy.
Yeah. I guess it's easy to tell. He just has an essence.
I wrote down the train hobo.
Oh, okay.
As a little creepy.
Yeah.
He's funny, but it's like they're singing those like, songs like, I don't know. What are the songs? Well, it ends up with
Coming
Jimmy
Around the
Crack
Mountain.
Corn. Yeah, Coming Around the Mountain. They're singing together with full energy.
Yeah.
The thing that weirds me out is that it keeps fading to Pee-wee having less and less interest in singing these songs, and the hobo never loses an ounce of energy.
Yeah, right.
So Pee-wee is now just sort of like,
how am I going to get out of this?
Regressed into his own internal world while the hobo next to him is screaming Jimmy Crack Corn. Yeah,
you're not used to seeing this kind of relationship between Pee-wee and another person. If anything, you'd think he'd be too much for somebody else.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
It's odd to see this.
Him out-weirded.
Yeah, what is this relationship like?
But the hobo man is also like looking left and right while singing, and he's like, Jimmy Crack Corn and I don't care, and he's like still making eye contact with Pee-wee as if he thinks that Pee-wee still is enjoying it.
Yeah.
But Pee-wee is so obviously not that I find it the disconnect. The man is not seeing reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a little scary to me.
Yeah. No, it is a little scary.
I got yelled at by a guy the other day.
What'd you do?
Yeah. Bobby came to town and we went to go play pool, which feels very manly.
Yeah.
I was terrible at it.
Well, what can you do?
But as we were walking into the billiards place, a guy walked by and asked if we could give him money to get lunch. I don't have any cash on me.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm really sorry, man. Like good luck. And he went, oh, great. Well, then go in there. Why don't you go in there and play a game? And we're like, yeah. And Bobby goes, yeah, sorry, man. He goes, we got the whole world to save.
Yeah.
You go play a game. Quit being fake. He yelled at us, and we were like, okay, all right.
Okay.
And it totally.
Yeah.
Oh, it was scary.
Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Ugh, what a bummer.
And I felt like Pee-wee.
Yeah. The two of you were one in that moment.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
The only other things that I think are creepy, Pee-wee goes to that bar with the Satan's helpers.
Yeah.
He accidentally knocks over all their bikes. And then they throw him onto a table, and the bikers are talking to each other, and one of them goes, I say we kill him. Yeah. I say we hang him, then we kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one weird guy goes, I say we stomp him. Yeah. Then we tattoo him. Yeah. Then we hang him. Yeah. Then we kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I find that all very overwhelming.
Yeah.
But then obviously it ends with the wonderful joke of people going, I say we let him go. And they all go, no.
That's a great joke.
Outstanding.
Also, I hadn't really registered how we got to him doing tequila, the dance, was that he's like, can't a fella have a last request?
Yes.
And that's his last request, was to do the dance of tequila.
Yes.
Now, was this just for his own pleasure? This was actually his last request? Or did he know he would win them over by doing tequila?
I think it was Pee-wee's clever
trap.
trap.
I think so too. I think he knew that he would get them on his side.
He knew that he was going to pull out his ultimate move.
Yeah.
And he would do that Pee-wee Herman dance to tequila in high platform shoes.
Yes.
But what is the dance? You point at your crotch and your ass over and over and over.
Yeah, repeatedly.
And they love it.
Oh, they love it.
So much that they end up giving him a motorcycle.
I love that part too. I love it when he starts the motorcycle and he has like a badass look on his face.
Yes, and then he just immediately plows into a sign and falls over.
It's so funny.
It's great. Why would he need his bicycle anymore if he had a cool motorcycle?
He's still wed to that bike.
I know, he wants his bike.
He loves it.
But what is that dance?
I don't know.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Unless you were
Forget
alive.
the Macarena.
I know. Move over Gangnam Style. If you weren't physically present,
right,
it's hard to explain how constant it was to see the Pee-wee Herman dance.
I remember doing the Pee-wee Herman dance like a lot.
I did it at my wedding.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything to understand. It just feels good.
It does feel good.
Yeah.
The movie at the end. It culminates and all of a sudden becomes like the sweetest.
Yeah.
It's got I think part of what makes sometimes what makes like a movie like click forever is like the last handful of minutes.
Yeah, I think that's
you can
true.
almost do whatever you wanted. And then if those last handful of minutes are awesome, you are like sealed in fresh for all time as a timeless movie.
With a good feeling.
They end up making a movie of Pee-wee's Big Adventure within the movie. Austin Powers would later steal this joke, which is weird.
Yeah.
But they go to the premiere of the movie where now Pee-wee is being played by James Brolin.
Yes.
And Dottie is being played by Morgan Fairchild.
Yes. Morgan Fairchild, who we have talked about on this show before because I covered her celebrity ghost story. In episode 354.
Wow.
So if you're craving more Morgan Fairchild, it's over there.
Of course they are.
Yeah.
And in the movie of Pee-wee's life, he is a James Bond figure who fights ninjas. And he
goes by PW.
PW. And Pee-wee himself has a cameo in the movie as the bellhop working at the desk.
It's transcendent. It's unbelievable. And they've dubbed his voice because they obviously think his voice is too funny. It's uncommented on, which is perfect. So
and he is gleeful. He doesn't act like he's disappointed to have been overdubbed.
No.
It's not clear if he's aware.
Because we mentioned it, but we're watching in the movie. It's them at a drive-in movie theater,
and it's everyone he met on his adventure. Has come, and he's gotten food for all of them.
That's where he gives the convict a shiv. In a meatball sub.
He gives the hobo snow cones. They brought their own box seats.
Yes,
like they live that. It's like they aren't devoid of it's like this is the lifestyle they've chosen.
Yes, absolutely.
We sit on boxes.
I believe
That's
so.
who we are.
Yeah.
And he gives everyone candy on the way, and so we get to re-meet the characters throughout the movie, which is such a wonderful, like, everyone's together great. At the end. It's a recap almost. But then you watch Pee-wee watching his own performance. Yeah,
so it's him as a bellhop, and when he opens his mouth, you hear him say, "Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, to the front desk, please," instead of Pee-wee voice. And it's so incredibly funny.
And he looks like so happy to be there as an extra in the film. Like his eyes are constantly all like he glances at the camera so many times, but also he's just watching PW and Dottie.
Yeah, and he's waiting for his line, so he's like watching James Brolin and mouthing his lines before he says his own lines.
And then obviously the director or somebody is like, must be waving him to get out of center frame. So he slides out of center frame, but then he
gets back in,
glides right back in to watch the movie and be right up front and center. Oh,
it's one of the best parts of the movie. It's
you have
so
a telephone call. It's so incredible. But then it's only locked in when he goes to Dottie, who we haven't spoken about much, but is like such a sweet.
Yes.
Like she just loves Pee-wee.
Yeah.
And he's avoided coming out to her at the drive-in this entire movie.
Yeah.
And she goes like, "Well, where's my candy?" And he throws candy out of his pockets.
And she loves it.
It just makes her laugh.
She loves it. She has a huge crush on Pee-wee. She keeps trying to get him to go on a date with her, and he's like, ugh.
Yes. And then he goes, "Let's get out of here, Dottie." She's like, "But we're going to miss the movie, Pee-wee." And he goes, "I don't need to see it. I've lived it."
Yeah.
Which he hasn't, because the movie is completely different.
Nothing to do with them.
But then it's their silhouettes like riding across the movie screen to like the sweetest music possible.
Yeah. It's so wonderful.
Like, whatever like oddities that I even felt along the way. And like I get it all. It's all interesting. It's all like amusing, but it's like those last handful of minutes that almost make me want to like cry. It's so
warm,
beautiful,
and sweet.
It's so wonderful all of a sudden, and it just makes you feel like you watched like a fairy tale. It's those last handful of minutes. Outstanding.
Totally.
But yeah, somewhere within there, like it's like an accordion of like disturbing shit. Like clown music.
Oh yeah.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, it is a strange movie, but strange and wonderful.
For a brief epilogue, did you ever watch the next movies?
No.
I never saw Big Top Pee-wee.
Me neither.
I think he becomes friends with a monkey in it. I was fine. They put it on Comedy Central once, and I was like, this should not even be on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Didn't look funny.
I know that it was It seemed to be a critical and commercial failure that they talked about in Pee-wee as himself. And he was very disappointed by that because he was really like he was an even more present creative force behind it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it really didn't do well.
Interesting.
So it was tough.
But then he got to do that third movie, Pee-wee's Big Holiday on Netflix.
I actually also never saw that.
I never saw that either. But
I always forget about it.
I saw him do a ton of press about it.
Me too.
And he seemed excited about it.
Yeah.
And like that was kind of exciting. And I've heard through the grapevine that movie's pretty all right.
Same.
Or pretty good. I just never got around to see it. I'm not the biggest Pee-wee nut.
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah. Same, I guess. Yeah.
But there you go. The kickoff of TIMBURTOBER. It's officially happening now. There's no stopping it.
No, the train has left the station.
Yes.
Now, I thought we could talk about some alternate names. It is officially TIMBURTOBER.
Right. Yes,
but
of course.
what about Octimby? What Jess, who is part of our Patreon, said that she was listening to the show with her boyfriend. He said, what did he say? Timby-toby. Timby-toby? I think Timby-toby. If I'm wrong, I really apologize, Jess and your boyfriend.
This is all
kind of like exactly Freddie September.
I'm not liking this because now this is feeling like an ego trip or something. Like
I didn't say Timby-toby.
You're so proud of Freddie September that everything needs to be Imby? No. It's TIMBURTOBER.
I just said Octimber before that. That was
I made a logo.
MBOB was just from our listeners. That was not me.
I made a TIMBURTOBER logo.
I love the
I don't know how to do this officially.
I said TIMBURTOBER.
I'm not doing another.
TIMBURTOBER actually is pretty good.
It's TIMBURTOBER.
I think that's the winner.
Because Tim Burton is almost completely in there. It's only missing the N.
William.
And Tober is there.
I'm 100% with you.
Well, then why are you dredging up these alternates? There's something insidious.
Because it's fun. Did I already say Octimber? I guess I did.
Octimber. Allie also had questions for me.
I've run out of gas on this. TIMBURTOBER is the obvious winner.
You know, Allie solved something already.
What?
She solved part of our ARG. Because we're skipping some Tim Burton movies from his opening oeuvre.
Yeah.
Because some of them are more Christmas movies than anything.
Right.
And she was like, oh, then you could save those and you could do TIMBURSEMBER.
Oh.
You and I had already talked about that.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
I know. I'm oohing at her.
How did she figure that out?
Well, yeah.
But then she goes, but wouldn't it be...
I mean, didn't we allude to it like a couple times?
I don't know.
And I alluded to it in the newsletter that came out yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Way to go, Al.
Well,
congratulations, sleuth.
Yeah. She's also very smart, but I kind of think we hinted at it on the show.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But then she was like, but then wouldn't TIMBURTOBER could also that might you might mistake that for Tim Burton November though too.
True.
Which would really be TIMBURSEMBER.
Ooh. Yeah.
Which is terrible.
Whatever. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Or we won't.
That's also a very real possibility. Whatever. For now, we are in TIMBURTOBER.
You're all getting ahead of me, and you're all looking for like a multiverse of alternate possibilities.
It's just
it's TIMBURTOBER, and we did it. Okay.
It's just fun and good.
We did it. It's right here, and it's over.
Yeah. It's finalized. It's finalized.
TIMBURTOBER.
And next week, we'll be back to talk about Beetlejuice.
Yes.
So if you feel like it, watch too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why not?
Totally.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out with us for the kickoff of October, the kickoff of TIMBURTOBER.
Definitively.
Copyright, registered trademark.
All right. I don't know why you're getting so defensive about TIMBURTOBER.
So angry now. Follow at GTTU Pod to keep up with everything that we do, everything that we post, every time that we go live. Scaryfun.fun. You can find links to all of our shows. Patreon.com/GTTUpod is the greatest possible way to support us, in addition to leaving reviews
on
Apple Podcasts or stars on Spotify. You can also follow us individually online.
Yep, I am at Chillin' Kristen.
I am at The Myth Traveler. So we will see you next week when we cover Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Where's that set?
A big
Is
one.
that like Maine?
I don't know. I think it is Northeast, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll find out.
Yeah.
But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the netherworld go we.
I'm a loner, Dottie. A rebel.
A rebel.
Here, leave us with your best possible Pee-wee impression. Not bad. I was prepared to make fun of you.
Pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll have to make fun of you a different way at some point.
Yeah, that's fine.